All right, so we live right though. Hold on, let me get this here set up. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rod Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Oh yeah, today is Sunday, March 15th, 2020, here in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I apologize, y'all, for being late for this video, but I had to get out there and do some yard work real fast while I had an opportunity because it's about to rain. But I'm here now, and we finna go hard in the paint. We got a little time today. You know, I got the little big head boy. If y'all hear a lot of noise in the background, that's my son and this little partner's playing. But we're gonna talk about reality, like we always try to do here at the Real News Behind News. We're gonna tell y'all, based upon all the research that we have done, we're realizing that this coronavirus, keep in mind, we're going to start calling it COVID-19 from this point on. Because as we have been telling y'all over the last month and a half now, that you have to understand, COVID-19 is a different form of the coronavirus. Coronavirus encompasses 4 or 5 different type of viruses. You had the SARS virus that was unleashed on China. You had the avian flu, again, from China. And you had the swine flu. All these are form of coronaviruses. This is why the virus that you're seeing being spread around the world right now is called COVID-19. Because it is a form of a coronavirus. Now, we have been telling you all for the last month or so that in our opinion, based upon historical precedents, going back to the United States, infecting those cats in Tuskegee, Alabama, at the Tuskegee experiment with syphilis. You look at what they did in San Francisco. Do you all realize there's 219 confirmed cases of examples of the United States conducting biological warfare on just the people here in the United States? So I'm going to read an article for y'all. Now, a lot of people are going to try to discredit this article because it comes from RT, Russia Today. But there's been numerous of articles that have come out over the last 3 to 4 days where Russia, Iran, and China are telling you, what's up, what's up, big brother? Hey, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing this morning, man? God bless you, man. Thank you for all your support. You've been there from day one when we were just coming up on Facebook. So, hey, I got much love for you. But let me show y'all some real game. Russia, Iran, and China right now are coming out publicly in front of the whole world telling you that this is a biological agent, a form of biological warfare that has been unleashed against their countries by the United States. Now think about this. Again, hold on, y'all. We burn sage around here. We don't want no evil spirits while we're doing this this video. But again, the biological warfare that the United States has conducted against these countries have backfired. Here we are. Think about this, y'all. I'm finna give y'all some real game. You got a lot of people sitting around here saying, oh, it's just being overhyped by the media. Oh, it ain't that bad because the flu. But again, let me ask y'all a series of questions. When has the flu virus ever shut down entire economic systems? I.e. China, fucking Iran, Italy, Spain. Let me show y'all something. Spain just had an increase overnight in 1,400 cases of this virus. Think about it. When Spain woke up this morning, they went from having probably 6 to 1,400 cases of this virus. When has the flu virus ever shut down your NBA, your NFL, your in a major soccer league, your major baseball league, your PGA. When has your flu ever shut down public gatherings of 200 people or more? Never. Never. Good afternoon, Brother Lawrence. How you doing, man? Thank you for that comment, man. And as we go along with this video, I want you all to chime in with your comments, because your comments are really the most important part of the video. All this that I'm talking don't mean nothing without you all responding. And I thank y'all, and we're finna go hard in the paint. But again, now we ask the question, when has your flu ever shut down your stock market? Your whole economic process around the world is being shut down, especially here in the United States. Let me show you what's happening. The United States, this is my opinion. Again, this is speculation. But the United States, back in October, and we posted the links and everything to our Facebook page and even our YouTube channel, where the United States government participated in the World War Games in October of last year. This is where your military has their basic form of the Olympics. Now, under the World I said that wrong. The World Military Games. Under the World Military Game, you have 100 and some countries that send members of their militaries to participate in a series of events that resembles your Olympics. This is fact. This is not some shit that I'm making up on a conspiracy theory. This is facts. Last year in October, where were the World Military Games held at? Wusao, China. Now, you have Iran, China, and Russia, and other countries coming out saying that during the process of those World Military Games, which were held in Wusao, China, ain't that what your mainstream media, ain't that where your mainstream media is telling us that this virus came from? Wusao, China. Why did it come from Wusao, China? It's because your military here from the United States was a part of those games, and they deliberately unleashed that virus. Right now, you can't find it on Google, because let me give y'all a little game. Let me show y'all something. You need to start realizing how to access the deep and dark web, because Google only shows you less than 30% of what's really on the internet. Literally. You only get, when you do a search on Google, you're only getting 30% of what's actually out there. That's why you need a search engine like DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo, and you need a Tor browser. You need these things to access what's really going on around the world, because you are being desensitized and propagandized here in America. Now, even your major health officials, whether they try to portray a scare, a panic or not, they're telling you all that this virus is a flu-like virus, but it's nothing like the flu, doc. This shit ain't nothing like the flu. Now again, let me ask you a question. When was the last time your flu virus shut down the NBA, the NFL, the MSLA, the MBL, the fucking PGA? When is it shut down major concerts? When is it shut down entire school systems? When has the flu virus ever caused your stock market to panic to the point where they're losing so much money that your Federal Reserve has to print more of this fake money, which is the dollar? They have to print more of this fake money so that they can give corporations the opportunity to buy these stocks up by the end of the day to keep the stock market propped up. You got to understand what plunge protection schemes and shit like that is. Man, it's really deep, you know. Your stock market is collapsing. You know why? Because when the United States unleashed this virus on China back in October of last year under the guise of the World Military Game, they literally unleashed the virus that shut down the world's economy, because the biggest portion of the world's economy is supplied by China's manufacturing. You see what I'm saying? You got to realize your supply chain here in America is basically shut down because China right now has 750 million people. A tenth, I mean, what now? 700, 1/10 of the world's population is in China. China has a billion people. 1/10 of those people in China, they got a billion. 700, I mean, 1/3, over 3/3, yeah, 3/3 of the people in China are under quarantine, which means you can't get parts for your car here in America. The American car manufacturers and most of our manufacturers here in America cannot get parts. You know why? Because China is under quarantine. The United States, by unleashing this virus, possibly, we're going to do everything on the terms of speculation because we don't need YouTube trying to shut us down. But possibly, the United States, by unleashing this virus on China, do you realize it worked? It shut China's whole entire economy down because 3/3 of their population cannot go out and work because they are under quarantine. You see what I'm saying? So by them being under quarantine, that means the little things, the little trinkets that you see in them little machines when you go to your restaurants where they make them dolls and shit in China, and you got to try to drop the thing. It's even going all the way down to that. 3/4 of your world's manufacturing has been shut down because the United States unleashed this virus on China to destroy their population, their economy first and foremost, and their population. So what makes us think that this is not possible? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read some shit that's going on my Facebook page. And again, I put the link in the description section of this video. But let me read y'all some of the crazy shit that people are saying. This is off my Facebook page, just here in Shreveport. Now, you got to realize, not trying to brag, here in Shreveport, we don't just talk about stuff. We actually get out there and challenge power. We speak to power. Well, y'all seen those videos where I posted earlier this week where we went down to city council and shut some bull crap down that they was trying to force up on our neighborhood, and the people in our neighborhood didn't want it. So we had to go down there and speak to power. Not taking all the credit, all the glory, but the Creator has blessed me to be a voice for the voiceless here in Shreveport. And this is why I do the real news behind news on YouTube, because I'm trying to get people, especially black people, most importantly black people, to realize all you have to do is step up and stand up. This virus is nothing like why I think, exactly, why I think, again, let me ask you a question. When the last time did the flu shut down the NBA? Remember that game when Michael Jordan played with the flu? Michael Jordan barely could stand up, but he played that game with the flu. And guess what? That shit was going ever since. I mean, since that time, Michael Jordan played with the flu up until, what it was, Thursday of this week. The NBA played with players having the flu, but they shut that shit down when it came to this virus. Now, again, I'm not trying to be a sensationalist. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not just doing this shit to get likes on Facebook or YouTube. I give a fuck about likes, really, when it comes to the truth. People need to understand what's going on. First and foremost, you need to understand Agenda 21, population control. You need to understand your pharmaceutical complex. They're the ones who stands to benefit from this the most. You understand what I'm saying? Because guess what? What's the biggest goal right now around the whole world? To find a vaccination or a cure for this disease. You got to go back again and realize coronavirus is a generic term for different subviruses that are related to, that stems from it. The coronavirus affects respiratory systems in animals and humans. This is why you have to understand why they're distinguishing it now as COVID-19. I got off. I'm trying to y'all give me a second, man. I'm trying to go to some things. All right, now here's a article that we did from RT. This comes from Russia Today. A lot of people gonna say, well, why are you talking about Russia? Because Russia is not in the United States. I look at all the United States mainstream media, and then I look at everything that comes from every other country around the world. And I look at the general consensus. But most importantly, I look at history. Now, keep in mind, when I say I look at history, keep in mind of the Tuskegee experiment, when America deliberately gave all these black men syphilis, biological warfare. Look at what happened in San Francisco when they dropped all those bacterials in the fall in San Francisco and killed all them people. Do you all realize there's 219 examples that you can research even on Google? Remember I told you how Google only hosts 30% on the web and they suppress the other 70%? But even Google will tell you there's 219 cases where the United States deliberately practiced biological warfare on the people here in this country. So what the fuck, excuse my language, I'm gonna stop cussing. What makes you think that they're not literally responsible for this virus that has backfired? I'm gonna go to this. Now this article is coming from Russia Today. I'm gonna read this real briefly. I'm gonna just go through and read it as much as I can and give you all a general understanding. And if nothing else, you don't have to believe me or this article, but just listen to what it is saying. The U.S. could be a prime culprit behind the COVID 2019 outbreak that hit China and then Iran. Head of its elite Revolutionary Guard claimed, threatening that this virus will eventually be turned against those who unleashed it. It is possible that this virus is a product of a biological attack by America, which initially spread to China and then to Iran and the rest of the world. Hussein Soleimani said on Thursday, "We vowed that Iran would fight the virus and the caution that the illness will return to the United States." And guess what? It has returned to the United States, because here in Louisiana, everything was cool 7 days ago. Now we got 59 cases. I got spitting shit all over my lip. Anyway, we have 59 cases here in Louisiana, and that shit was just talked about on the internet 7 days ago here. So again, let me continue to read. Though such conspiracy theories have been circulating for a while, there is still no official proof it could be true. The head of the Iran Civil Defense Organization, General Gulman Raza Jouali, said earlier on Tuesday that media fear-mongering over the new coronavirus, notice he said new coronavirus, because again, there's 4 or 5 different viruses that's classified under the coronavirus. All right. General Gulman Raza Jouali said earlier on Tuesday that media fear-mongering over the new coronavirus in the country bolsters claims that the virus is a biological attack on China and Iran. He said that some reports indicate that it could be a hostile state, but added that his suspicion requires laboratorial investigation and study on the virus genome. Now, this official from Iran is saying that we know and we really believe that this is a biological weapon, but we have to figure out where it came from, where it started, how was it created, because this again is another form of coronavirus, which includes SARS, the swine flu, and bird flu, and all those. Those are respiratory disease that usually affect animals, but COVID-19 affects the respiratory system of humans. Now, Iran has been one of the countries hit hardest by COVID-19 outside of mainland China, where it originated. As of Thursday, the Islamic Republic has reported 3,513 confirmed cases and 107 deaths attributed. That was as of this Thursday, 107 deaths to the virus. To those who have succumbed to the coronavirus died in the last 24 hours, according to the Iran's minister Saeed Naik. The country has shuttered all schools and universities until the end of the country's calendar year on March 20 in an effort to stop the spread of the virus. On Tuesday, state media announced that the head of Iran's emergency medical services has been treated for coronavirus. Numerous high-level Iranian officials have fallen ill to the virus. Recently, 23 lawmakers tested positive for the illness in the Islamic Republic. Mohammadiyah, a member of the council that advises the supreme leader, died after falling sick from this disease. His death follows two other high-profile Iranians who contracted the virus, a former ambassador and a newly elected member of parliament. Now, that's where that article ends. Now, I'm going to show y'all something again. Going back to how I was telling y'all Google controls the media and the shit that you see. There's been articles where Iran have tested a bunch of hats. Literally, this might sound funny, but they tested a bunch of hats that came from the United States. And they're finding, in their opinion, that this is where the outbreak in Iran started. Now, that might sound funny as fuck, but let me show y'all something. How did Christopher Columbus destroy and subdue the Indians when he came to the West Indies, to the Western Hemisphere? He gave them blankets laced with syphilis, biological warfare. Christopher Columbus himself practiced biological warfare by giving the natives of the Western Hemisphere blankets that was laced with syphilis, something that their immune system couldn't function with. Now, there's a lot of people. Oh, I'm going to read some other shit, because we want to get off, since it's Sunday, and you Christians are out there saying it's bad that we can't go to church. Let me show y'all some of the crazy shit that's going on my Facebook page. Now, we listening to one of my partners who live in the Virgin Islands. Hold on. Blankets with smallpox. That's what I meant to say. No, it was, I keep saying syphilis and herpes. Brother Anthony, you're right. It was blankets laced with smallpox. Again, you got to remember, man, I'm just doing this off the spur of the moment, man. I'm just going hard in the paint. So I meant to say smallpox instead of syphilis. Brother Anthony was right in your comment. Christopher Columbus gave those people, the Indians, blankets laced with smallpox. He could not defeat them militarily, so he had to kill them using what? Biological weapons. I got exactly, Brother Anthony. Hey, I'm gonna make you my first moderator when this page really starts to go places. You're gonna be my main moderator because you keep me on point, big brother. I'm just be real, man. Yeah, there was blankets. Christopher Columbus came to the West Indies, and in order to conquer the Indians, he gave them blankets laced with smallpox. This is a historical fact. So when Iran telling you that they got shipments of hats that was laced with this new COVID-19 virus, I mean, shouldn't we give that a thought? Shouldn't we give it a thought when we know that the United States government unleashed biological warfare on black people during the Tuskegee experiment when they gave black men syphilis? And again, Anthony, you had to remind me the other day. I kept saying herpes because here in Louisiana, now think about it, we not only do in Louisiana, we lead the nation in herpes, chlamydia, syphilis, and gonorrhea. Now we quickly falling behind in the COVID-19 virus. Think about this. But yeah, Brother Anthony, you helped me realize that it was during the Tuskegee experiment, they infected deliberately all these black men with the syphilis virus. Not to mention what happened in San Francisco. The latest report what happened in San Francisco, I think it was 69, when they released them bacteria, those bacteria into the fog. Because you know, if you live on the West Coast, you know there's all pretty much a fog. So many days out of a week. Your military was caught delivering biological agents into the fog, and all these people died in San Francisco. So we know with those two cases alone, plus another at least 217 cases that your government admitted to, They don't give a fuck about putting these biological agents out there. So what makes us think that what Iran, Russia, and China is saying that are saying is not true? That this virus was deliberately unleashed upon them as a form of biological weapon. Now, let's fast forward. Let's come to reality here today. How does that affect you? Again, if you like the NBA, you won't be liking the fact that you can't watch that shit for the rest of the season. There might not be an NFL season. The NBL, the major baseball league, MSL, major soccer league. All these folks have canceled their season. When have they ever done that behind the flu? Guess what? Here I am, a single father of a 9-year-old, big-head ass, badass son, whom I love so much. And guess what? I was just told Friday that he cannot come back to school for another 30 days. What am I going to do, man? I've been suffering, for the last 2 months because of the weather here, trying to take care of him, pay the rent, keep the lights on, keep the cell phone on. Guess what? I got to figure out now, where am I going to get daycare for him? Because the schools and the daycares have closed down. March Madness has closed down. Think about this. Here in Louisiana, where I live in northwest Louisiana. New Orleans is down toward the southeast. Guess what? New Orleans is finna lose billions of dollars because there's not going to be a March Madness. Your stock market is crashing because we don't have a direct supply chain. Right now, if your car went down and you needed a part that came from China, guess what? Your car is down for a while. Because again, 750 million people in China are fucking quarantined. You're finna see quarantines here in America. You think I'm lying? Look, I forget I keep forgetting. The neighborhood in New York right now is under quarantine with the National Guard out there telling people you cannot come outside your house unless you need to come get some of this food that we got for you. Hey, while y'all joining in, man, hit the like button if you whether you hate or like what we saying, hit the like button and then make a comment on here. If you disagree with anything that I'm saying, hey, we're gonna respect your opinion, and as long as you keep it keep it respectful and dignified, hey, we welcome your opinion. So y'all hit the opinion, make y'all comments while we're doing this, but most importantly, hit that like button. Now again, we're gonna tell y'all, man, everybody gonna try to compare this to the flu virus, which of course right now, if you really think about it, the flu virus traditionally has killed almost what they say up to 30 to 50,000 people a year, and here in the United States alone, and maybe a million people. A million people might catch it here in America alone. But do you all realize that just in the last 10 days, this COVID-19 virus has spread to every state in America, and now people are starting dying? Earthman, you're right, brother. Hey, what's going on, my brother? Thank you, man, for the comment, man. Keep going on. If you got a question you all want to ask, go ahead and ask it, man. But the whole thing, now I'm gonna read some shit. Now, black people, this is what we get off at. Oh, y'all excuse me. Here in America, with this Christianity shit. I'm gonna be real. The worst thing that ever happened to black people, first and foremost, was chattel slavery. Because under chattel slavery, we were indoctrinated by Christianity. Do you all realize that 90% of the Negroes in America will sit up here and tell us if they reinitiated slavery right today, took all your homes, your rights, your property, your guns, and everything away, do you realize that 90% of these motherfuckers here, black folks, that especially Christians, will say that that's God's will? Christianity has fucked us up because we're sitting around here playing like, well, Jesus will fix it. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me that you're going to let somebody who you never met, who supposedly lived way up in heaven, Drive your car, because you know they say, Jesus, take the wheel. You let somebody in heaven take the wheel of a car down here on earth by remote control, and then wondering why we driving in the trees as black people every day. Why is it that black people are the only people here that's ever had to say, hands up, don't shoot? Why is black people the only people had to say, Black Lives Matter? You know what I'm saying? No. You Christians got it twisted. You all sitting around here talking about Jesus will fix it. Tell that to the people that have already died around the world behind this virus. Oh, I forgot. You can't, because they already dead. Tell that to people like myself and tens of thousands of other black parents here just in Shreveport, Louisiana alone, in Cattle Parish. They got to now figure out how we going to take care of our children while they out of school for 30 days. When have you ever seen that behind the flu? You see what I'm saying? What we have to do, man, is ask questions. Not just let these people tell us something and we're supposed to just follow along to get along. Really, this thing is bigger because first and foremost, it is a biological weapon. The NBA player who got it from, it's from France. It might be from France, but guess what? He's just one person who has affected tens of just say hundreds of other people. Because guess what? That player there was playing for Utah. That does not explain how this virus has gotten to Shreveport, Louisiana. He's way in Utah. But Shreveport, Louisiana has went from no cases last Sunday, this time last Sunday, to I ain't gonna say Shreveport, but Louisiana itself has went from no cases last Sunday to 55. And we just found out now we got another patient here at Willis Knight here in Shreveport. This virus is spreading faster than anything that we've ever seen in human history, y'all. Literally. Even the Spanish flu. Now, the Spanish flu back in 1918, I think it killed like 5 million people worldwide and affected like maybe 70-some million people. Right now, this virus here is on pace to shatter that. I see our numbers going back down, so we need, those who are watching right now to hit the thumbs up button, to like it. But maybe we're not talking about what most people want to hear. Maybe when I start talking about Christianity, that's when everybody started leaving. But I know our true followers going to understand that I'm not anti-Christian, I'm not anti-Muslim, I'm not anti-Jew. I am anti-bullshit. I don't believe that one religious group, one political group, or one fringe issue group has all the answers. All the answers come from the truth, man. You can have 1,000 people saying some shit, and they say the majority of the rules, but what if the majority is a bunch of fucking idiots? All you Christians that sit up here asking Jesus to fix it, when has he ever fixed this shit for us as black people? Because again, we still the only people running around here talking about hands up, don't shoot. Y'all saying that Jesus is going to make a way from this virus, but guess what? As of Friday, shit, you got to figure out a way now to ask Jesus to help you find a babysitter for your kids. Real life and that religious shit is two different things, man. Your religion is just a way for you to have some way to blame your motherfucking shortcomings on. You blame all your bad decisions on religion, saying the devil made me do it. No, the devil ain't made you do shit. You chose to do that. Because even your Bible say you are not tempted and drawn away into sin unless you were tempted by something. So stop blaming the devil for all this shit and start realizing that human beings are evil and that they are capable, of evil shit. Meaning that your government, who has been proven time and time out again, to go out and commit these biological atrocities against people here in America and other nations. You have to be crazy not to think that these people will not have released this virus upon China. Janet Du Bois' secret father. Y'all forgive me. I keep getting these notifications. I be trying to read everything. I got this other phone. Man, I was gonna go off into some other stuff, but I don't hear my son them in the backyard, and I'm gonna have to go check out on them. And we're gonna check back a little bit later this evening. Hopefully, a lot of people will look at this video. Hopefully, y'all will share this video, and we'll come back and we have some more comments that we can talk about it right now. But me, I gotta do daddy thing. Man, it's crazy. I'm 50 years old with a 10-year-old son. But guess what? That 10-year-old son right now, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna take care of him for the next 30 days because dad, in a lot of situations, can't get out and go work because I gotta find somebody to take to babysit him. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. What's going on? And then you got all these people sitting up here telling us that this virus ain't that serious. When was the last time the flu? Come on, man. The flu is the flu. But we ain't never had to cancel a whole entire school system because of the flu. You see what I'm saying? We ain't never seen the panic where you can't go. And let me ask y'all, why is motherfuckers going buying toilet tissue? I mean, shouldn't you be trying to buy some vitamin C pills? I mean, shouldn't you be trying to hoard some oranges, some lemons? You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people saying, yeah, it's cheaper to buy the toilet paper because we're going to have to wipe our nose. Shit, you can wipe your nose with motherfucking, with your shirts or whatever. Hey, let other people get some toilet paper man, because people got to wipe their asses, right? And y'all going up there, man, buying 30, 40 rolls at a time. That's neither here nor there, but to me, that's just stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker going to the stores, panicking, getting dumb shit. I'm going up in there, man, I'm getting motherfucking canned goods. Really, I ain't trying to, I would love chicken, pork chop, and steak, but if this thing had the propensity to be a 6-month venture, how you gonna keep that shit fresh? You need perishable goods. You need beans. You need rice. You need canned goods, canned vegetables. Frozen vegetables are not going to even do you no good because that shit going to spoil eventually. You need salt, sugar, flour, things like that. Something you know that if nothing else, you can feed you and yourself, family, 3 meals a day for the next 30 to 60 days because that's what we're looking at here in America before this virus even peaks. We have not even begun to see the peak of this virus, y'all. So there's no way really you can compare it to the flu. But you going to work it out. Me, I'm gonna work it out, man. I don't know. I know how. The creator, the true creator, not this fantasy that was given to us by religion. The creator who kept me. That night them niggas shot me point blank range and knocked this whole side of my face off. That same creator, him, that same creator who kept me from doing that life sentence 4 or 5 years ago, him, the same creator that brought me through 2 or 3 heart attacks and all that, him, he's gonna bring me. But that God that they talking about in the Bible, come on y'all, let's think about it. That God that you Christians talk about is the most brutal and sadistic entity on the earth. I mean, Christians and Muslims. Because this God that you all talk about is happy when 1/3 or 1/4 of mankind dies. Think about it. He himself deliberately kills 3/4 of mankind through war, pestilence, and famine. Why would we want to serve a God like that who is so racist that he created all these races but say, I got one group of chosen people? That's a racist. Ain't y'all mad at Donald Trump for saying the same shit? You know what I'm saying? Come on now, let's just keep it real. The God that you all talk about is racist because he don't give a damn about no other people on the planet, just his chosen race, the so-called Hebrews. Why would I want to serve that God if I'm not a Hebrew? Then, because that means he already against me. So again, I'm not here to attack nobody's religion, but I just want you all to ask questions. Now that I put that idea out there for you, you ain't gonna never be able to read that Bible the same again. Because again, go back to your Old Testament. Wasn't this God only happy when something was getting killed or being sacrificed? Think about this. Your Old Testament temple was the most bloodiest fucking place in the face of, in throughout our history. Because in order for God to feel good and be able to enjoy himself way up there in heaven, somebody on fucking earth, or some bird, some animal, some cow, some ox had to fucking die and shed blood just for him to feel good. Remember how he told his king to go down there and kill everything that has breath in it, down from the innocent baby to the calves, to the little lambs? And you all want us to believe that you all represent peace? When your God throughout history, you Christians, your God throughout history, everywhere they went, the natives of every country over the last 2,000 years always said, when the first they send the missionaries with their Bibles, then next they send the soldiers with their guns. Basically what they was telling our people who brought here slaves, look, Jesus loves you. They had a Bible in this hand saying Jesus loves you, and they had a shotgun in his hand saying, now if you don't believe this shit, we gonna blow your brains out. So again, hey y'all, my son just came in. Hold on a second. You what son? Little boy. What?
We're done with the job.
You done with the job?
Yeah.
Good job. You hungry? Alright, where you finna go right now?
Up street.
What about up the street?
The first house.
I'll get in a second.
You know the stop sign it?
Yeah.
The first house past stop sign.
So how often are you supposed to check in with me?
Every hour or 30 minutes.
Every 30 minutes.
30 minutes to an hour.
We gonna say 45 minutes. We go halfway.
What?
Yeah, you better not be up there all day like you was yesterday, little big head dude. Alright, go ahead, son.
It was fun yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun, but you gotta let dad know where you at. I need to know where you at all time. Alright, love you, big head. But anyway, that's dang dad gotta do. And again, me and him suffering. Because right now with this coronavirus, this COVID-19, ain't too many people letting people come in there and remodel their houses. Ain't too many people even want to let me come over there, especially with the rain. I've been dealing with the rain for the last 2 months. Now I got to deal with this virus. I'm struggling around here, man. And I got a little 10-year-old who looks up to me as a hero. And I got to figure out if I can sneak away and get a job over the next 3-4 days. Now, I got to figure out what I'm going to do for daycare. Because they have shut the public school system down here in Caddo Parish. When the last time they ever did that behind the floor? So again, man, we thank y'all for checking in on us, man, supporting us. People like Anthony, hey, all y'all that really been following us since we really started getting this channel up, man. Man, I appreciate y'all. We're gonna look into making some of you all moderators. Most importantly, we need to make sure that for y'all that's checking it out the first time, our channel out the first time, subscribe. Whether you agree or disagree with what we say, it's all about having positive dialogue, constructive dialogue. As long as it's done without all that cussing and name calling, racist and all that other bullshit. Hey, we welcome your comments. If you don't believe in nothing I say, tell me about it. Maybe I need to look at your opinions a little bit more. But we thank y'all, man, for following us. Hit the like button. Keep subscribing, most important. And also, another important thing, again, I cannot continue to do this. Right now, over the last few videos, I've been, asking people, hit the cash app. Outside of time when I was sick, we haven't really had the support that we really could use. And again, I'm not judging nobody because shit, times are hard on everybody. But if y'all like what we doing, man, show us some support because this is going to be a tough week coming up for me. Hey, Mira, she one of those people that blessed us mightily. You know what I'm saying? She actually stands up for what she believes in. We thank you, Muriel. How you doing? You have a blessed day. But again, if y'all can see some kind of way, man, to help me out, keep this thing up. Because again, I just have to pay rent and electricity. And only the Creator made that happen because I didn't have it. And now I got to come up with the phone and the internet just to keep, contact with the day-to-day world. But most importantly, keep bringing y'all these videos. So y'all hit that cash out, man. Man, if right now I'm gonna be real. if 10 people can hit the cash app with $10, well, if 100 people, you know what I'm saying, can hit it with $1. Right now, believe it or not, that's the difference in me being able to do a video Tuesday after Tuesday. You know, it's crazy what's going on around here, man. People think not taking this virus serious, but it's dead serious. Hey, let me get up and go check on my son, make sure he okay. But until y'all hear my voice on another one of these videos this evening, y'all be blessed.